We're gonna get super real, I guess.
This will be a more somber stream
Yeah,
than
this
most.
is gonna be existential.
This is a very serious game with very serious themes.
Yeah.
And we have to take it very seriously because we're serious people.
Serious-
It's the beginner's guide.
Serious boys with serious minds. Yep. Begin the game. Yeah, I'll leave it turned up. Okay.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
That's
and
great.
Mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple
Sneeze.
aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games.
So
I mean,
great.
not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them.
Whoop.
He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction.
I wonder how many
Let's take a look
thoughtful
at Coda's
emails he
first
still
proper
gets to
game.
this day about this
As
game.
each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
I feel it's worth noting that I've played this game and Joe has not.
Yes, thank you. That is an important point. Oh, hell yeah. Whisper machine, status active, evacuate immediately. Oh, fuck.
This game is
Oh,
called
fuck.
Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Great title, though.
Kill yourself in the fire.
Eh.
It's just floating rocks.
It's metaphorical fire.
Yes, of course. The real fire was in our soul all along.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have
think
this
I ran
gun,
out of ammo.
which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Fuck.
But ultimately, we don't know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are. rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shooting evacuation.
Oh, hey, there we are. Come on. Come on.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
That's good. Oh, okay. This hallway goes nowhere. I may need to turn down the mouse
Apparently,
sensitivity.
this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
That's great.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Well, shit. I mean, because I'm a game character, you even die the same way that you do in a Half-Life game.
Stepping into the beam and then dying is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Damn. Hey, chat, if you're here, sound off in the comments.
In this game, you can only walk
The
backwards.
past was behind her. Oh, that's fucking wild. What?
Uh-oh.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete.
Yeah.
Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Were you reading the,
Yes.
Okay.
But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength? Oh, fuck. To confront it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
That's beautiful,
Which to
actually.
me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I love that, like, overly cerebral postmodern shit.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of pretentious art games.
I'm
too.
here for it. You are now entering.
Hey, it's our thumbnail.
Yeah!
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda
Hey,
will put
Caitlin.
bizarre titles
I'll
like
have
this
to
one
add,
at the start of his games.
I'll have to throw the comments on the screen at some point.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Is there nothing else around the buildings?
I'm going up the stairs. It seems like the logical way to go.
Alright, fine. Play it your way, jeez.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Code is not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all?
It's the Sisyphean
Well, to
myth.
show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Do you have enter on that minimalist keyboard of yours? Okay, good.
Yes, I do. Stand on the X staring at a bear for 3 hours. A game where you collect items, except the game automatically quits. Game only motivational quotes played one after the other while you play. God damn. A stranger
A room
appears.
that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
I love this so much.
Yeah. You walk around talking people down from pursuing their hopes and dreams.
Cody would often
Jesus.
tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
This is
It
just
can be
Zork
a very
here.
slow climb to get there.
Well, yeah.
A
The
normal
game is just a map that makes absolutely no sense.
Hey, that's also a Nintendo game.
Alright, ready to fish?
Okay,
Let's
do
go
this.
fishing! Outdoors Channel 101.
This seems more like Swordfish than Bass Pro Shop.
You know, I was thinking some back
Well,
rooms
this
in
isn't new
Cabela's,
for Coda.
personally.
It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead
Some
and see if you
liminal
can solve
spaces
it.
in Cabela's. Liminal hunting.
See, contrary to what my friends might think, this is what a Cabela's would actually look like if you want to go there during a zombie apocalypse. They don't realize that.
Yeah. The lights would be out and everything would already be looted because there's no way you're getting there first.
Yep. Can you solve the puzzle?
Maybe? Well, I'm stuck inside here now.
Yep. You lose.
Don't forget
Oh, there we
that
go.
solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're
Oh,
gonna see
my eyes
all
are so
that.
dry.
You too?
Yes. Oh, so my parents, lol. Okay. About the Cabela's thing, I think. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna pause this real quick. We're gonna pop out live chat so that we can actually see it and respond to people who are chatting.
Yeah, live chat.
There we go. So that both Alex and I will see that. And sorry, people, we're disrupting the gameplay.
Sorry, person. It's okay.
There are more people. The other people just aren't talking.
Sorry, all people. It's okay, we'll
we're
get
gonna-
back to it soon.
We're gonna change this. We're gonna boop, boop, boop.
Remember, this is a serious game for serious people. who
Very
do
serious game.
things.
This is so utterly serious.
I
and
hope you leave.
ridiculously.
Serious comments.
I thought you were just gonna leave it at "I hope you leave."
No, no, I was not going to say
Get
that.
the fuck out of here! What are you even doing watching this channel? Jesus.
Just go. Get out of here. I think that's my favorite, knockoff Sonic the Hedgehog meme.
Yeah.
Instead of gotta go fast, it's just go. Get out of here.
I don't
Leave.
know why. I don't know why YouTube is doing this. It's got the welcome to live chat message. We're just gonna leave that on there because why not?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's gonna be tiny. Cool. Let's do that. That looks fine. Okay, back to the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. Hey, we're getting faster at this whole editing the stream thing.
Let's go fishing. Ho, ho,
Go
ho.
fishing.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
That is, as they say, a huge bitch.
Yeah.
How about that? There
It's
was
a
more
thick
to it
boy.
than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Oh, back to this? Okay. You are now exiting.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Interesting. Sorry. Gotta do this.
Gotta do this.
Sonic. The Great and Lovely Descent.
Hey, Joe.
Yes?
I am really enjoying re-experiencing this game with you.
Thank you.
And I'm having a great evening.
I'm enjoying this too. Cheers.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh.
Ah, you suck. You're bad. You're bad at
Oh, I'm
games.
so bad.
You're bad at games. But it's okay.
Something tells me I was supposed to do that. It's interesting, the shadow box, like, extending up. Oh, no, that's like glass or something.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, it is funny how much the Source engine defines the style of, like, the Half-Life universe, because this very much could be, like, a side level in a Portal game.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Oh. Ah.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds.
I hate those kind of people.
It was just an empty box that you walked around in, and nothing else.
Fuck you, Coda.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
fair, I guess those games were technically playable. Like, is he wrong? I mean,
Yeah. Well, and therein lies the like misunderstanding that a lot of people typically have about the terms playable and accessible. Is like that doesn't necessarily mean simple. It doesn't mean like basic or stupid or unintuitive. Like it means that the experience is designed from this standpoint that the player is the focus, not the game designer. And often when people argue that like games being accessible or playable or too easy, like when they make that reductive argument,
when they get to IGN for their own good.
yeah, what it reveals in them usually is like the same thing I find like when I talk to a lot of conservatives, is that they just don't care about the other person. It's all about them and not necessarily about the person whose experience you're
It's the
providing.
puzzle again.
Content
With
warning,
the exact
politics.
same
Yeah.
solution as the last time.
You can do it.
Eh,
You can do it.
Well, at least the door moves slowly. There we go.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Do you have an interpretation? I guess you've already beaten the game, so you shouldn't spoil it.
I've played this through many times because
Okay.
I am in love with it. I am definitely a fan of the works of Davey Wreden. Shout out to Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Hopefully it will come out later in 2021.
Yeah, I've only played the Stanley Parable of his before this.
Stanley is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Absolutely.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Do you have
Use the
numbers
1,
on
2,
your
3
minimalist
buttons on
keyboard?
your
Yes.
to respond.
Okay.
Turning it down just a tad. Yo there, did you come up from above? What was up there? There's a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks.
There's only one right answer, Joseph.
I know. And it's interesting how their faces change between talk and listen. That's cool. I didn't spend hours in the prison, though. Let's talk about the colored blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now, this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches?
Only one answer.
That was literally the last thing I did before coming in here. No, I don't remember having to. I'd prefer not to tell you. After all, we only just met.
Be careful.
I mean, it wasn't the last thing I did before coming in here. I've done some walking. But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. All right, I will tell you how to solve it. I mean...
Better be careful.
So this is a...
If you die, you have to restart the game at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
true.
So this is an interesting moral quandary, but I'm gonna go with this. Wonderful. Well? Please, speak to me. How to escape. I must know. It's the most important thing. Mm-hmm.
There must be an ending.
There doesn't have to be. That's why I like Minecraft so much.
Nerd.
Fuck me.
Oh boy. Fucking PT all over again.
Do we gaslight these mannequins? You go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the black space in the middle. Why would I sit in the black space? Or who are you? Who are you is a more interesting question to me right now. Just go hang out there in the blackness for a bit. You may not like it at first, but it'll grow on you. Eventually. Eventually.
Interesting. You singing that reminds me of the guy at the end of the.
And so we make one
is that
last
Gabe
descent.
Horn?
down to the ground floor of the level.
Okay.
Boy band?
No, just end it there.
Tell me about it. I can't believe the story you're telling me. It's so macabre.
Oh, hey, I made it out.
It's a lamppost.
It's the PJs.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some
Projects.
reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long.
Do we gaslight these
Now he
mannequins
wants
sounds like a
something to
Fall Out
hold
Boy
on.
song?
He wants a reference. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
It's pretty on the nose, but like lampposting is literally a term in user experience design, like defining, like making sure your user can see the goal that they're trying to get to.
Right. I did not know that.
As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. The narrator sounds like Ted Mosby. He does actually sound like Ted. Holy shit, yeah.
So I wanted to say this earlier when you read Kate's comment about Fall Out Boy song.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't a war; it's a goddamn art game. I had to get that off my chest. I
Nice.
can't just sit on that. I can't just sit on that comment.
Whenever I think about song titles like that, or bands like that in general, I always go back to that. What's the Fall Out Boy song? I can't remember the exact title now. But something. We better learn how to hotwire a uterus, something like that.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's off of their self-titled, Doppelganger. Yeah, the good Fall Out Boy, the good Fall of Troy album.
Fall of Troy. Okay.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Fuck.
All of
Yeah,
the notes that
exactly.
you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him
Projection,
working
the
on
walk-in
this very
simulator.
level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I don't
But
know if
it's
that's
ironic,
necessarily
isn't it,
how I
that in
interpret
playing
that.
this game and seeing how alone Coda often
Jesus.
felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
He's talking
This is
about
why I
developing a
always like
dangerous
to do this.
parasocial relationship with a content creator.
It's because it felt like he let me have that connection. I felt as
Maybe.
though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Sorry, I just really want to read this thing, but I was waiting for him to finish. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I have ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. Jesus. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I am crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Holy fuck!
God.
That's if Dark Souls allowed you to leave your own words in the...
Oh Lord.
Because you know how you can leave messages like with
Yeah.
predetermined like bits of text?
Yeah, like, oh, trust me, just walk off the ledge. There's
Yeah,
another
exactly.
ledge below you. Yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like a hero yet? In a world full of notes, one man will read all of them. This summer, you will believe blue speech bubbles can talk. Cool cavern, bro. We're running out of space. Soon we will suffocate.
Oh, God.
There are too many messages in this area. Why? Hey, I can type here! I'd rather be doing literally anything other than playing this. The guy over there wrote much wrong. Oh, I really wish I could run.
No, you just gotta... That's the thing about walking sims.
Games without a run function just really grind my gears.
Games without a run function, they make you walk.
Why is this game mansplaining itself, lol? Exactly!
Oh, fuck.
I see quite a bit of loneliness in this creator. It's like, dude...
I'll tell you
Do you
what it
think
means to be. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but here's what it actually means.
Yeah. Boring. I can assure you, guaranteed, that there is an acorn somewhere here, in this place, and the sailors are looking for it.
That's right, you gotta look out for the sailors.
Okay, totally...
That's permadeath.
Totally unrelated. We're sort of working on a game right now, a little text adventure. And the first little puzzle I made for the game was you getting an acorn from this squirrel and finding the squirrel's home so that you can take its acorn back. And it gives you a little point.
Are you gonna write in an Easter egg about sailors?
Oh, yeah, you definitely will be able to say hello, sailor, because that's in, like, every Infocom game. And, yeah, I mean, we gotta...
And it goes full circle.
Yeah.
We started our group streams with Return to Zork.
Yeah, exactly. I refuse to believe. But That's my
favorite.
I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. I love this. A free t-shirt! That's what TikTok is becoming, by the way. Now that Americans have had enough time on it, it's all fucking ads. Need other side
right.
door. Why you so? Makes game includes door cannot open door. Thanks. Open sesame. Door how open?
Yeah, how open door?
How open door? If door don't open, then how door real? Someday I will meet
Thanks,
the person
Jade.
who made this. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Nice. New room. Okay, the inclusion of a Jackson Pollock-esque painting is a bit on the nose for the game's narrative, but I get it.
I don't care. I still love it.
Yeah, no, it's still good. It's just, do you hear the chimes? They keep going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. One of these has to say I would prefer not to.
I'm sorry, are these things writing out my new Tinder bio?
A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Don't bother.
That's my bio right
You
there.
can go in here, I think. Welcome. Congratulations! I don't really know where to go with this. This is where I get off. Tish. I failed to write anything here. I am compelled. That one's basically this space intentionally left blank. I like it. Stop! Turn back! Proceeding further will only result in misery!
Oh, what are you gonna do?
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice! Take my hand, let's jump together.
Oh, try to jump off. See what happens.
I'd rather not.
See what happens. See what happens.
I would prefer not to. I want to read all the things before I jump off. I'll come back and jump off for you. Cabbage. Shames our nation. Wait, what is that painting? It does not matter if you can get over there. Hey, don't talk about me that way. I don't care if it's boring. It's interesting to me if to read all of these. So, just anybody watching this who disconnects while I'm doing this, I'm sorry. I'm enjoying myself.
No.
I think I'm...
No, he's not sorry.
I'm not
sorry.
fucking sorry!
This is how you experience true art. Alright?
I need someone to talk to. Oh. This is a note? This is America. Don't listen to the other notes. I'm not safe. Oh.
These are a lot of notes, dude.
Is it not terribly interesting, though, to read all of them?
I totally did this my first playthrough. I totally read every single
Today I
one.
learned you cannot fall off. Ethical. You cannot fall off.
Oh, well, that just spoiled it. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can't jump off that edge. Like
I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. Devil Tower Star. Devil Tower Star. Well done, all of you. Painting. What does it mean? Stop faking it.
Ouch.
Ass butt alone was worth reading all the notes for. Yeah. Art.
Excuse me, I think it was butt ass butt.
Butt ass butt. That'd be a good shirt design. Just butt ass butt.
Butt ass.
Hey guys.
Written in Comic Sans.
Yeah. It's going up tomorrow. Hey guys.
that's right.
How's it going? Just hanging.
Plantastic Fan at Teespring.
Yeah. Merch.plantasticfanit.com. Whoever made this has issues. Who are all of you? We will all die someday. Hello. Help, I am trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. Interesting. From up here, it just looks like dots. I think it's about how everybody creates their own meaning. There is no inherent meaning in anything, and one of the core privileges and beauties of existence is creating meaning for yourself.
Cool. Let me tell you what I think.
It's a. I just realized in saying that my like core philosophy in life of like Gestalt existentialism is basically like the enlightened centrist of philosophy.
Okay, I'm gonna take a second to sit on that.
Because I hate those kind of people that are just like, oh, everybody's opinion is valid, but like that's also me when it comes to philosophy and people creating their own meaning through existence. Devil Tower Star again. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. That's a quote from something. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game!
No, we didn't.
Yay! More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Shut up, Davey!
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Interesting. I wish there were notes in the real world. Become one with the spiraling nonsense. That actually would be a pretty cool AR app. Just like leaving notes in the real world. Isn't that a thing? Like Periscope or something? Like where you can see people's local live streams?
Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows
I never got
has a
into Periscope.
reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I buy that. Help! Help!
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move
liminal
on,
space.
you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on. and
Just
let
use a
go
Sharpie to
of
leave notes in the real world. I mean,
Step back and connect the pieces together.
I mean, we could just use spray
Grasp
paint.
at that
Like,
elusive bigger picture.
I don't know if it necessarily has to be so poetic as he's interpreting it.
but all art has to have a meaning.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
I feel like I'm getting to know Coda through this too. I feel like I basically know him as a person.
Are you there? Please say something. It could be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty? Speak! Speak! I jumped.
Snake!
Porn stars die too.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
You know, it's really sad because that porn stars die too thing reminds me of the porn star who actually died.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the lemon stealing whores bit?
I'm not familiar.
The skit where it's like there's a man and a woman cuddling on like a little bench in their backyard, and they're like, "Oh man, I really love our lemon tree so much. I just hope that our lemons don't get stolen by those neighborhood lemon stealing whores."
What?
Hey, hasn't it been about 5 seconds since we looked at our lemon tree? It has been about 5 seconds, and they turn around and there's like some woman like stealing lemons from their lemon tree, and the guy's like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
That's ridiculous.
Anyway, one of them is dead.
That makes sense.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's going to start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Well,
Why do I know that? Well, Kate, it's probably because you're a degenerate, just like me.
what furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Huh. Interesting.
A refrigerator.
Ah, fuck you.
It's not a fridge. Horse. Huge picture of a horse.
I'm gonna do tin stoves lined up along the wall.
Oh, okay, fine.
I need some furnaces if I'm gonna get iron. I think we should light up this room a bit.
Fair enough.
I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. Put live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. What the audio is doing here is exactly what the audio does in Source Engine. Like whenever you get to like the end of a chapter, if it was transitioning audio files at the time, it'll just loop like the last half second of audio over and over again until the chapter loads.
That's cool. So they took that and turned that into a soundtrack bit.
Yeah. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making it. Tables were invented in 1935.
You know,
I'm not gonna...
You say that about Source, but that's also true with a lot of like old DOS games and stuff.
Yeah.
It just seems like, you know, kind of a...
Just a RAM thing.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Is it, though?
Well, I mean, you asked that question,
Okay,
but let me tell you what I think.
starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Because that one, to me, to project a bit, as the
That's
narrator
really cool.
has
So
been
to
doing
me,
on
what
Coda.
it seems like is...
yeah. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow these instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. I don't wanna. Oh,
And
shit.
of course, now
There's no
the
table.
table's gone and
Yeah.
you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
I mean,
Here's
there
a
is a
version
side
where there are
table.
no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through the
What?
And
Personally, I think
like,
that-
Yeah.
I just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on. But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against you.
Go!
Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
God, the sound design is so good.
A little spooky.
A little bit. 369. Hello? Who is this?
369, damn she fine.
Yes, that is where I was going. This guy reminds me of every boyfriend I've ever had. Yeah.
Oh.
So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep. I was
It's
in
a
in
conversation.
the furniture maze. Yep.
And so
I was
this
in
is
the
what
escape
Coda
tutorial.
wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
God, he's reading so much into
The
that.
irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I'm so glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape?
Remember, there's only one right answer. That's permadeath.
Huh.
That's right.
No, those answers are just really good. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. Yep.
God. Oh no, that's awful. Jesus Christ.
I'm just realizing that we're covering up some of the text. I'll have to move that at some point.
Oopsie.
Oopsie. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped?
The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you?
No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. What? That will free me? How does that work? Just tell me how you feel. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Go on.
Go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting
Is that
conclusion
Becca
to
that
the
does that
prison
all the time?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
Okay.
the obsession and
Love you, Becca.
just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Damn.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
VR chat.
God, I fucking love this so much.
Oh, real quick, I'm going to see if we can move the overlay. Well, it says top right, but the text was bottom left. I don't know if I can change that. Well, sorry, people. I'll try to read back as much as I can.
To me, this environment is meant to
I'm not moving our
represent
webcam.
Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I thought he said the last one was the last prison level. clean. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself. And right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. Did you like that voice?
You'll notice
Yeah, I like it a lot. Let's see. Don't worry about. Oh, wait.
including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. And lousy homes make home loners. Jesus. Are we cleaning this whole place?
Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night.
Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? Tish.
Hey,
I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table?
clear the table.
I did it. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see.
Yeah.
Now, would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed?
Okay. Gotta get to the bedroom.
Would you kindly? Kill me!
Make the bed.
Make the bed. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit?
Straighten
All
the rug!
little details matter.
Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How do you end up doing this job? It's been a long time since I've known the touch of a woman. Seen a house this messy.
They can actually read these on the video because it's on the right side.
Yeah,
But
it's
please,
fun. Fuck
please
it.
continue reading those.
Whatever.
I was just saying, if you just added your own things.
Yeah, I'll read all the options and
Yeah.
just change them. Yeah, okay. How do you end up doing this?
Yob. A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out, I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, there's supposed to be a little more hick in that accent, I think. Speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here?
Straighten the pillows.
I did it. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there?
Clean the drink.
I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that?
Make it especially sexy.
What
Yeah.
I love about this...
Yeah, I'll
is-
try to get pussy. Do you absolutely have AIDS?
Oh my god. Let's... No.
Is that not, is
What
that too far?
what I was going to say is make it especially cheesy. I forgot what I was going to say.
Dot, 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 dot.
No.
Aw.
No, it was stupid. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Aw.
Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that?
Wash the dishes.
What I was going to say is that it's interesting because what they've done here, or what Coda, the character, has done, this fictional game designer, has reduced the core gameplay loop. Reduced the whole game down to just a core gameplay loop. And the aesthetic is just you've got 3 textures that he's using for everything. The person is just stationary. Basically, could just be dialogue, but they're a mannequin with a head that tells you exactly what they want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's game without any aesthetic. It's just game. You know what I mean?
It's
Which makes sense if we're following that pattern of these sort of existentialist adventures where the game designer is forcing you to draw some sort of interpretation from nothing.
it's almost reached a point of purity
Yeah, exactly.
in a certain way.
Which is interesting that it took so long because he did try. There's some aesthetic here, just the house, but there's nothing more than that. It's literally just enough to give you a piece of aesthetic to grab onto, and then you're filling in the blanks beyond that.
That's true.
Yeah, how about you scrub it down the best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Last I checked the tub. Okay, tub.
Clean the tub.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna keep doing that.
I hate it. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf?
Clean the books.
You've been doing really good about reading it aloud. Okay, cool. Now then, how about you
After
come
the
and
intense
clear these
set of
dishes off the
games,
table?
This house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Let me tell you what I think.
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Yeah, what I said.
Yeah. House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do algebra? Are all houses this easy to blow up? Do these chores make a payroll? I don't fucking know. I don't know, man.
House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Hey, and here I go with another lecture. Of course I would. Don't you worry about all that nonsense. For now, just smooth out the rug in the
I
bedroom.
really like this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up
Smooth
to
rug.
ask me to come over and look at it.
Huh.
This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying up a bit?
Yeah, clean the tub.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that.
I get it. That's a really weird fucking thing. Yeah, you're right. That
That's
sucks.
such a dick thing to say.
But there's a bit of truth in it. No? Aww.
Anyway,
So,
so. Housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks.
clean up the books.
Oh, goodness. Those pillows over on the couch are a real mess.
Glad you made
Would you
this.
go over and straighten them up a bit?
Clean
You
the
can't
pillows.
have these folks coming home to a messy couch. Question.
But
Do you
of
enjoy
course,
this?
It can't last.
Fuck.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
I still don't. I don't. Yeah, I think reading into the dark space is too much. But yes, that house was good. They made a very clear point there, and I liked it.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
It wasn't though. You're wrong.
Well, let me tell you what I think.
It's a bit goofy.
Ooh. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, how do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is
About halfway
so
through
easy.
the game, the perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly,
I
you
love
discover that
this.
Your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
This is the key. How do I achieve with no effort? Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Drinking is not hurting my life. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Yeah, this is fucking... We have taken on the role of Jordan B. Peterson here.
Oh, God.
If you're torturing yourself... Oh, then I should probably change the voice now. If you're torturing yourself, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Seek out only one thing. That is the easiest, simplest path forward. There is no truth. There is no path.
Joe, do you mind if I fucking throw up in your bathroom?
Should I switch to Bin Shabibi? He's like just he's like Jordan Peterson is 11. Bin Shabibi's like on like a 9.
Like a 9/11?
Well, neither of them are hot enough to melt steel beams. So
That's
do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true.
nothing.
Nothing.
No one.
Nothing. No one.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Jesus.
Assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them human.
I hope the narrator's listening to themselves right now.
I think that's a lot these days.
Because what he's
This
referring
one
to
took a
there
lot
is that
longer than all the others for
idolship.
Kaido to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
oh man, I miss days where I had to move things like this around. I miss playing shows.
Me too. I miss going to shows.
Yeah.
What's up? Hashtag COVID life. Yeah.
Honestly, I do miss playing them more than going to them.
I like both.
All right, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Oh, okay. Love that. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room, in this chair, is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her.
Hello. Sorry, I have to leave. Where's the bathroom? I like to imagine that's just one response.
Like, just walking
Hello,
up
bye.
Where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom?
Bye. What are you doing?
I'm about to piss
You're
in my
deflecting.
fucking pants if you don't tell me where the goddamn bathroom is.
Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again.
I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams.
My God. No, but this is even more of that, like, parasocial relationship building, if you know what I'm talking about. Like,
No, I think they have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I think.
Just,
It's
like-
it's a really positive relationship because, like, if you don't know a person but you know their work, you basically know who they are.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And how fucking conceited is it to, like, even have the idea that this random person who doesn't know you at all, that you could walk up to them and say any of these things, other than just, like, hi.
No, it's awful. Like, the fact is you don't need to say those things because you already know exactly who they are.
Yeah, you already have the iconoclast of them in your head. Like, there's no reason
Yeah.
other than your own self-indulgence to...
Yeah, and hey, it's like, come on, you're a smart guy.
Yeah, so
It's
anyway, here are all my hopes and dreams. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Boom. Boom.
Now talk to her again. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? Just casual hors d'oeuvre questions.
I'm sorry, this is the game now. This is all I need.
Just stop playing this and go into Pinball 2000.
Okay. God damn, I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain.
Yeah. That's the middle half of the single statement.
Yeah. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. The lamppost again. Is that going to be it? Yep. Okay, yes! Now this is working! This is what it was like!
Premonition of what's going to happen
Fuck.
next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where
You're doing
it
great.
just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with...
What? No. No. What? No.
Is that not supposed to happen?
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Huh.
Well, the game crashed.
I was going to say, I forgot already. Whatever.
Let's...
Well, that's
You want to restart and, like, just try it again?
interesting. I wonder why that happened.
It does have a chapter select.
Yeah, okay.
When I told you
let
that
me
you can
see
die and
here.
there is permadeath, I was lying to you.
Oh, yeah, I figured. I don't believe anything that you
I
say. anymore.
bamboozled you.
Bamboozled implies that I bought into your...
I gave you
your
great
lies.
malarkey.
Oh, I'm in the wrong window. Here you go. Good job.
Amen, brother.
Beginner's Guide, Crash on Theater Stage.
Yeah, that's never happened
Theater.
to
When
me.
I'm backing away from the stage, the game crashes. I missed it. Okay, yeah, it does seem like that's a thing that other people have had. The solution is to stop walking once the first set of bars has lowered and just wait it out, and maybe look away from the stage lights. Interesting.
Okay, so there's so many sets of bars that come down that it, they
Yeah.
crash down and it literally crashes.
Yeah, like a RAM overflow issue or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It is Source Engine, so that tracks.
Well, yeah. Again, there is a chapter select, so you
Yes.
want to jump back in?
Let's do that. Okay. Let's see here. Sorry, people. We're going.
We're still here. We promise.
And we're back! I should have taken the opportunity to refill my whiskey.
Yeah. How dare you? Chapter.
I might do that real quick.
Okie dokie.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay with me. I don't give a shit. No.
Okay, I'll be right back,
That's fine.
people.
That's fine. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just a
whatever.
moment.
So, let me tell you what I think.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one.
I think that
That's
this
twice
game
as
is.
long as it took him to make any other game before this. And
Right.
It's not like
Yeah.
it's particularly complex.
No, I hear you, Davey.
So I,
I hear you,
remember I found
Davey.
that a little
Davey,
strange
I'm
at the
talking.
time.
Davey. Okay, thank you. This is clearly a, well, it's a collection of games. And what this individual wants you to do is, play through these games. And you see, all these games are different. See, in some of these games, you're in a prison. In some of these games, you're in a field. In some, you're in a house, even. This particular one, you're in a theater. Now, what you do in this theater is very indicative of what you might do in real life. See, there's this individual there that you're supposed to talk to.
Were you telling them about how Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer?
Yes.
Okay. So.
I think that was actually one of the dialogue options that you missed out on, but it's okay.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
All right. Speedrun beginner's guide.
I would if there was a run button. Every game needs a run button.
It's a walking sim, not a running sim.
They actually made that joke in the Polygon video about the best running sims.
Really?
Yeah, they docked points on games that had a run function.
Oh, God.
Let's talk fast. Crash his game.
Yeah, like, really? Hello? 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 Sorry, I have to leave. Where's the bathroom? Go.
Hello.
Come on, dude. Speedrun.
I was
Speedrun
trying.
beginner's guide.
I was trying to get into a good position. This is nice. See, what's cool is now we can chroma key whatever we want into this in post.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get into good position because you're trying to get on top of a woman's head.
No. See,
Just
this
like a
is,
physical version of mansplaining. Let me
This
tell
is-
you what I think.
I was gonna say importantly, this is a mannequin, and then I realized that is actually how a lot of men see women.
As walking
just-
scalps.
Yeah, just mannequins.
Oh, okay.
Tools to be used and exploited for their own gain and personal self-fulfillment.
Listen, man, don't knock on fucking a mannequin until you've tried it, okay? I don't feel like being personally shamed here.
Oh no, I mean I'm sure there's a lot of benefits to an inanimate sexual partner. You know.
Don't fucking make fun of my girlfriend like that. Alright, please.
Do you want to hold the creeper? Would that make you feel better?
Yes.
I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Whoa. Okay, let's see if it crashes this time. So
Wait for
the
what?
commenter said to just wait after the first gate drops.
Yes. Because...
Okay. Because he will start talking eventually.
And the whole thing, that's the only timed thing.
Start
Come on,
talking.
baby. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
The game
This is what it
ends
was
with
like.
this eerie
There we go.
premonition
We're gonna-
of what's
we're gonna
going to happen
chill here.
next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect.
They are, you
To
basically know
connect
him.
with this person, to bring him closer.
I need to connect. I need to get closer.
After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Hey, also, sometimes retreating from society is actually a healthy way to cope with your thing. Different people have different coping methods, and all of them are valid for different situations. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game.
Alright, keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed.
I'm doing it.
Alright,
Stream can see.
that's right.
I'm keeping my eyes closed.
Help, I'm blind. I can't see anything. What's going on?
I don't know where the W is on my keyboard. My keyboard, because it's one of those shitty minimalist keyboards, it doesn't have the little nibs. They tell you where the keys are.
The little nibs.
You know what I mean? To see where W, A, S, and D are? Okay. Help, I'm blind. I can't see anything. What's going on?
Uh-oh. Restart.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Please tell me how to solve this.
Oh boy.
There was a medical person down there. Oh, who was that?
Okay.
There's
You
a
got
person
it.
up there. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest.
Do it. You can do it.
Yes, that's it. That's the truth. That music is from Half-Life.
I don't feel it anymore. I'm out of ideas.
Like I said, I
it's
was
draining
getting
me.
concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him.
I haven't.
Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think
Okay,
of new
David.
ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
I'm alone. I'm stuck in it. I have to make it work harder.
Relationship with Coda, where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Man, I can't type without looking as long as I can feel the nips.
His games are going to get more difficult from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Goes from 4 to 5 to 6, huh?
Damn.
Hello. Where am I? What is this?
Hello? 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 Oh.
Where did this island come from? How do I get out of here? Hello. Is anyone there?
Is there anybody in there?
It's not if you can hear me.
Is there anyone home?
Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone.
What's wrong? You look lost.
I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work.
Oh no. What's happened? Did something change?
There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again.
Interesting. Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
I forget that it can't create things until you spin around to, like, get things out of your view. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far.
What? You have to take me to it. I need to see it to know why it stopped.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11.
We get it,
Now,
Davey.
put yourself
Yeah.
in my shoes.
Deal. It doesn't matter what I say, does
His
it?
work is exhibiting
We're going to end
signs
up
of
one way or the
struggle,
other, right?
Frustration, anxiety, depression, even.
Deal.
And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder, even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Come along. I'll show you. Show it to you.
Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just
tell you
sitting
what
at
I
his
think.
computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone.
I want to shake him and
not
be like,
releasing them
stop
onto the
psychoanalyzing your friends.
So he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with.
Hey, I recognize this.
He
I've
had
solved this
no
puzzle before. This
outlet
is
to
easy.
ground himself on.
That's right. No, you can't. First, you have to close the door. First, you have to open the door. First, you press the switch on the inside.
First, you have to open the door. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what?
Well, now you have to close the first door. Now you have to open the button. Well,
what's next?
Now you just press the switch here. Now you just open the first door. Now you just close.
You can't.
Ha!
talk
That was so
yourself
simple.
Out of loneliness. It
I
doesn't
can't believe I
work
never
that
solved it
way.
before this.
You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation.
What are you
If
talking
all
about?
of your anxieties are being channeled into your work,
There's
then
no
if the
machine
work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
These walls, words on the walls.
trust me. You'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time.
Okay, making games is simple. Sure, making games is easy. Alright, making games is effortless.
Ah, that feels wonderful.
But it wasn't true. Why did the walls just crumble, Joe? There you go. Why did I feel so awful when I said that?
Oh, now I can't go outside. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy.
When I make games, I feel completely energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. It is easy. It never stops being easy.
Caitlin makes a good point here. She says it's almost like art is a healing process. And yes, that is true. Art can be a healing process. What happens, and a lot of game devs have talked about this, and we've even, like, on our old podcast, Like for Like, talked to other creators that, like, at some point, when your art becomes the thing by which you define yourself, it can stop being a healing process, and it can start being, as Davey was aggressively implying earlier, a prison that you have trapped yourself in, and you start feeling like when you don't create, it means that you're not a person anymore, or that you're not able to interact with the world on the same scale anymore. So it's interesting. Just like you shouldn't put your entire, like, obsessive, just like you shouldn't put the entire importance of the world and of your view of it on a single person or creator, you can't totally cage yourself into one creative outlet without understanding the implications of that. You know, it's a complex thing. When I make games, I feel completely energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about it. It is easy. It never stops being easy. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
His game at the time that he made it.
Every time I
Really
make something,
unhealthy to me.
I feel better about myself.
I was watching him do this to himself, and I
Just-
hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped.
Never stop creating, and you'll never feel bad.
Games Are not
Damn it, Davey.
his
I'm such a
amount of
simple
suffering.
solution. I was about to say
I'm such a simpleton.
No, I was about to say sister. I don't-
That's all I really cared about.
I think it's that female
Perfect.
crying in the
So
background.
much joy
That
out
feels
of seeing him
fantastic.
create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
You know what, Davey? None of this is helping. I'm going to vomit. Please, where is the machine?
Vomit, coffin. Dun, 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 dun. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please, continue.
Police brutality. Pain breezes effortlessly off me. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. It always pays off eventually.
Oh, jeez, I'm starting to think Davey murdered him. Yeah, this is exactly that kind of behavior.
Uh-oh.
Like, why aren't you making games? The world can't exist without you making games!
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
There is no shame, no fear, no
I wanted
guilt.
it
I
to
will
stop
be
more
saved
than
by my
anything.
work. I believe
I
this
never
on
felt so
questioning
wrong.
questioning
I just-
my vessel.
I needed more than
I am
had
a
ever
vessel
needed
for
anything
certainty?
For this
Yeah, that's
to
fucking
stop.
weird. There's no shame, no fear, no guilt. I will be saved by my work. Ah, God. Oh, I can relate to that super hard.
Yeah, I know.
Am I gonna cry by the end of this?
Maybe.
Okay. It'll happen. I'm not too ashamed to cry on stream.
Well, rest in peace,
But it didn't
because
stop.
it's okay.
After finishing this one,
It's
it would take
okay
another
to
7
cry.
months to come up with a new game.
Fuck yeah. Rest in power, Sophie.
Fuck yeah, rest in power. The machine.
The machine. Welcome! My son. Welcome to the machine. Another Pink Floyd. Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. I'm dumb.
Ma'am, glad to see you've
come.
arrived safely. We captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like.
I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be brutal. My name is Steven Seagal.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm here to kick gum and chew ass bubbles.
Chew ass.
Now we can put that TikTok meme in post.
That's a quote from Dick Kickham, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, Nuke Dukem. From Dick at Night.
That's right, good old Dickablodian.
And of course,
I just really like Dickablodian. You stopped.
You stopped.
Oh, you gotta
You stopped feeding us.
You gotta do a gravelly voice for this guy.
Your work was keeping us alive. Oh, sorry. Your work was keeping us safe. My hairline is a V. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? We don't choose who's good or evil. We choose who lives and who dies. Steven Seagal. So here's what needs to happen. Oh, that actually is a Steven Seagal. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You need to go out and apologize.
As he pulls out his fucking nunchucks.
You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I'm so alone. Oh no! Oh no!
Cut to Steven Seagal in the fucking who's the German guy with the hamburger?
Oh god! Yes.
David Hasselhoff in a David Hasselhoff pose.
The guy who's popular in Germany. That is.
Yes. Wait,
Oh,
is he
God.
not actually German?
I don't think so. Apologize for leaving me. My ex-wife.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit. Sorry.
It was the other way around.
Sorry, content warning. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you.
Jesus.
I have seen the thing you fear.
I have seen the thing you fear. You were merely adopted by the darkness.
All right then. I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. He just gives up.
To be fair, that's basically what they did with Duke Nukem Forever.
Gotta get on the alien spacecraft and slap some titties around. My
My followers, my friends.
friends, Romans, countrymen,
Love you too, Jonathan.
lend me your televisions.
My followers. Fuck friends. Nobody has friends anymore.
Oh, later. It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us.
Oh, goodness. That line specifically just makes me feel like we are Nancy Pelosi and the machine is the entire legislative branch of the government.
So you're a fan.
You refuse?
You're a fan of term limits, huh?
Yes, I am.
But this is not important. We are
Watching a-
stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games.
It's time to unite the country, not divide the country.
Thanks, Joe. Get it? Get it? Get it? Because that's
yes,
our president.
it's also,
yeah.
Mr. Robinette.
Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures.
Yeah.
Follow me. We will destroy everything that the machine has created
Oh, fuck.
with my nunchucks.
Oh, hey, and we're back on the theater.
I wonder what's going to happen, and maybe this is a time when I'll refill my whiskey too.
All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players. This whole game is Rush and Pink Floyd quotes. You do your thing. I think.
No.
Oh fuck! Hell yeah! Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. Coda, I'll make sure you are known forever. Oh god. Well, if we're being the narrator here, then... And yes, Jonathan, I'm sure you gaming the algorithm that way works somehow.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Exposed to the view of others,
And I'll tell you,
every
the
day,
time that I
forever,
first played this
seen
game
in naked
shows that I
clarity.
made it. Here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Davey, what the... Are you
So,
even playing
as I
the same
think
games?
this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other... So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the island which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they
I
genuinely
fell.
loved his work.
The show must go
There's
on!
nothing for him to be afraid of.
Man. Bioshock 3.
I still need to finish Bioshock 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's alright. Put down your weapon.
I'm gonna play
That's
it.
going to be a hot take. Somebody's going to clip that and be like, Joe hates Bioshock.
You about to get canceled on TikTok all over
Why I
again.
felt like this was the right thing to do. Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my work is good. That I am good. When
God.
someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better.
That's
And
healthy.
I got
Yeah,
to give that very
totally.
same feeling to my friend. I did something. I really felt like I'd done something good. Like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it.
Don't
I
do
could
this,
give him
people.
gift. Maybe
No,
I
do it. It's
fix
good. It's
the
healthy.
problem.
These are good things.
They told
Good
me
things
how
to do.
much they enjoyed
Praise
it.
King.
It was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling.
Fuck yeah,
It made me
Kate.
feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Joe, I feel like I know you better after listening to Yusuf.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while.
I wonder why.
So this is June of 2011.
Oh my
and I
god.
didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Flashing lights warning.
Thank you. Man. Don't attribute the meaning that you take from somebody's art as having anything to do with that person who created the art.
And this
The
is where I
meaning
have
is
trouble
your
saying
own.
anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
I want to suffocate him with a pillow.
I still love this game so much. Even
No, I love it. This is incredible. Don't get me wrong. I am absolutely loving this.
That's the.
Except
Yeah,
that
yeah.
all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Interesting.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I can't help but wonder if, like, the actual maze that's there
Uh-huh.
follows the same one that's at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. It's about the same size.
Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of flashing lights.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We're done.
No more flashing lights. All right.
I was gonna say these are also the default source wall textures.
Also, that default texture was definitely used in Stanley Parable.
Yes,
And to be
yeah.
fair, it's not like this is the
God, I
first
love that
game
game.
that's needed some
For the same
modification
reason,
to
because the
play.
game is just about Source
Like
Engine.
the house
Yeah.
cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit
That's a
the
fucking
house and the
wallpaper
game
right
would
there.
actually end.
I used that as a wallpaper.
Yeah.
I absolutely used that as a wallpaper,
Trying
dude.
to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except...
You're a good boy. You're a good lad.
If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. Really
Fuck out of here.
I'll put the code on the ground. Here.
I'm 12, and what is this?
Yep.
I did make this more difficult for myself.
A little bit. A little bit.
Hey, you know what? It was worth the meme.
Praise King. Praise memes.
5, 6, 7. Interesting.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah. What chapter of the game are we on?
We're getting up there. Also, speaking of wallpapers, like, this chapter is definitely worth replaying just to find, like, the right screen grab.
Yeah,
Just enough
that's
of those.
fucking great.
Because they're all different from all angles. Ugh. It's so great. Fucking love this game.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself...
God, man! Will you stop?
That's it. That's the end of the conversation. Not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
I just want to
can
fix
open this
him.
door for you.
He can be better if I fix him.
Oh, God.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like
God.
I failed, and I don't understand why.
He's exactly the kind of person that would get on the wrong Discord server and become a Nazi in like 3 months.
For the very first time.
Oh, fuck.
And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself,
Oh, yeesh.
I don't know this person.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then...
I think the first conclusion was that he was your friend.
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Did you notice those 3 dots throughout the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop.
I'm always surprised whenever this game starts that the 3 dots are in the opening Counter-Strike level.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when I saw that earlier, I was like, oh, shit.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed
Beautiful.
to see myself
Yeah.
in someone else.
Oh,
I needed
God.
to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
Yep.
It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Are we gonna read these?
Oh, yeah. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Yep. I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you.
And
so
the
infected by
people who
personal
played
space.
them, they treated me like I was important.
Mm-hmm.
They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally.
You've
For
so
a moment,
okay.
while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games.
And yes, Davey is Star Wars fans. You are absolutely correct. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier?
Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes?
Giving them something that is not yours to give? Violating the one boundary that keeps me safe?
Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them. You figured that, didn't you?
Yeah. Because he's just so obsessed with creating meaning.
Yeah.
Or
And
like...
you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing.
Yep.
What
Would
is
you
that?
simply let them be what they are? Yeah, not that he's obsessed with creating meaning, but that he's obsessed with finding some inherent meaning that isn't there. He, refuses to create his own meaning.
When I am around you, I feel physically ill.
God. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it.
Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process.
Yep. Goddamn. Yeah. I'm gonna get emotional now. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me.
I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet.
Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve.
I'm
But
afraid that I did something
okay.
really stupid because I don't like myself.
But I do hope that one day it clicks, and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about,
Don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything.
Yeah.
And so a part of me has
Fuck
hope
you, Davey.
that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Damn. Having been both the Coda and the Davy before. Yeah, that hits. Epilogue.
High school English teacher, LOL.
Yeah, that was back when we were on the stairs.
Okay.
And he was talking about how, talking about the meaning and everything.
Gotcha. Oh, God, the sound.
Because, yeah, fucking high school English teachers do that same thing.
More.
Hey, a train!
Love, more
Hey!
praise, more people tell
Every game in the Half-Life universe has to have a train.
Always more. It's like a disease.
And also...
Coda is Half-Life canon confirmed.
Yeah. Well, and also it just so happens that, like, almost every game that I truly end up loving has some sort of, like, public transportation in it at some point. I don't know what it is, but it's just an element that I find in a lot of the games that I love.
Let's see. Games that I find 10 out of 10. Well, I said Stanley earlier. I'm not sure if that has public transportation in it.
Solution.
Maybe if you take it really, really loosely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. There's...
I guess if someone
Yeah.
had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Or maybe that was just the one aspect he downloaded, or asset pack he downloaded from the Unity store. Like, it doesn't have to mean anything.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
This reminds me of a level in something that I can't remember. Fuck.
Chris Brown lyric. You remind me of something. I don't know what it is.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be...
Now I want an introspective take on Goat Simulator.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
And capitalism wants you to feel that way.
This has been your commie friends over at Plantastic Planet Media.
It's true, though. An inherent component of capitalist systems is removing intrinsic motivation.
I get it.
Like,
I'm not disagreeing with you.
If we all just had the means to survive, like, we didn't necessarily have to do anything.
Like if we would seize the means of production, right?
Precisely, yeah.
okay.
Or even further than that, go into communist territory and abolish the commodity form.
And
There would be no
I know that I
extrinsic
said I
motivation.
would be here, and I would walk you through this, but
At least not in the
starting to feel like I have
commodity
a lot of work
sense.
to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
Jerk off.
I'm just gonna masturbate and go to sleep.
Okay, so Davey has left us.
I had second thoughts about going through this thing because of Senua's sacrifice. We were talking about that yesterday.
Speaking of masterpieces of games, God.
Absolutely. And games that, like... Senua's Sacrifice is actually a great example of a game that, from the get-go, states that it has an interpretation that it wants you to have of it. And there are very few of those examples, but when they exist, they will tell you, hey, this is what the game is about. And outside of that, you should not ascribe any meaning to the creator of the game. You can draw your own interpretation
Of the work.
You can draw your own meaning from the work. In fact, I think you should, as an
Yes.
existentialist. But what you shouldn't do is then ascribe that to the creator.
Of course, yes, completely agreed. And it's hard not to agree with that, going through this work, because that's the whole point that this game is making so exquisitely.
Super capitalism.
Hey, super capitalism, baby! Game of the year!
So what happens if I let this keep going and it just smashes me into the ceiling?
Okay, that's another type of existentialism
No,
that I'm not going to go into.
Nihilism.
I was about to say. Oh, man.
Personally, I kind of consider nihilism to be like the agnostic of... I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, no. Keep going. What are you going to say, Joe? What are you going to say? No, I'm curious. What, you think I'm funny? You think I'm a clown to you? Is that what?
Nihilism is like non-committal existentialism. Because it draws on the same premise. It just doesn't go anywhere with it. It's just like, yeah, I guess. Fuck life, man. But also I understand it. Trash, come back to me, baby.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hey, it's the thingamajig. Is it gonna make us float on all right?
You got to stay modest.
Oh, wait. But
Did it glitch?
I think it glitched. I think I jumped past the,
You jumped.
I jumped
Wait,
through-
no. You're good. Yeah.
It definitely wasn't supposed to do that. It was
Yeah.
supposed to do this. Goddamn.
Christopher Nolan.
There's another free HD wallpaper for you.
Yeah, no shit.
Bwom! I love this. This game is fucking incredible.
Turn back,
4R.
turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove.
This project would not have been possible without the following individuals.
Let me keep going.
Higueras is a cool last name. I like seeing names with like other sort of like ethnic origins, like unique ones, and like figuring out.
And you're
Yeah,
so
it's cool.
tired,
After this, I'm going to have to tell you my favorite names from the NBA.
Okay,
but I know that
like
you
Milarchik.
Mularsik.
Milarchik.
No, that's not it. I can do
That
an
was
Eastern
fucking-
European accent, but I can't pronounce.
Exactly. Yeah. That was phenomenal. Absolutely spectacular.
So, I'll tell you what I think.
Thank you for being here, people. That was really good. God damn.
So I am going to
Do we
say...
want to postmortem?
Well, I actually do, like, no meme. I do want to say this.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to Davey Reedon. I am a fan of
Yeah,
his.
that writing was incredible.
Because I don't think that was a true story.
Oh yeah, no, I'm positive that was not.
Yeah, there have been articles written about it going like, oh, I can't believe. Hey, what's up? I'll tell you what I think. No, there have been articles written about the game where they're like, I'm just angry at this video game writer. Like, I can't believe he would out himself as such a shitty person. And it's like, this is a work of fiction. He's clearly using himself as a mode of telling a story, his personal interpretation of, as you were saying from the very beginning of the game, the non-relationships that you could want to have with an individual, the expectations that you set up for an individual to be, while just taking their work into account. And that was the whole point. And again, like, you got the game like perfectly. It was, from the very beginning, you were saying like, hey, don't ascribe your interpretations of a work to be the interpretations of
The author.
the author. Yeah,
Death of the author, if you will.
in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Davey Reedon. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Can't wait for it.
It was a great fictional allegory that was, that taught a particular sort of moral perspective. Mm-hmm. A parable, if you will. Davy's parable.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think that's where we should end the stream. Thank you all for watching. That was fantastic. Go buy the game if you don't have it. You should buy it because it's a good game.
It's just worth experiencing.
Play it for yourself. Yeah. Play it for yourself and cry afterwards, like I'm going to do. So have a good one. I love you all. Oh, this has been Alex, by the way.
Hey, what's up? I'm Alex. What's my Twitter handle? At Alex
Shags
Alston and on Twitter and Instagram, and